Good morning and happy Thursday. It is a gorgeous day in the neighborhood and it is President's Weekend. 2 more days until the weekend. I know we're getting close and we have so many events this weekend. So, this show, we're going to be telling you all about the upcoming events starting this evening through the weekend with some awesome mountain reports and everything you want to know. So, pour another cup of coffee. In the next hour, we are Vail Valley Live.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Vail Valley Live. I'm Trisha Swenson, standing by here in the Eagle Vale studios. We just saw Meredith out in Vail Village. Sarah is out at Beaver Creek. But what do you want to know about? You want to know about how much snow we got. We got 7 inches new at Vail and 6 over at Beaver Creek. And we'll get to the weather and what's going to be happening with any other storms coming up in just a few moments. But on the show today, we will be checking in with Chris Anthony. He is back from Italy and Austria. He's been all over skiing in Europe, and he's back for the show tonight. We've got the Mission Mount Mangart movie playing at the Vail Mountain School. This was over at the Villar Performing Arts Center. I believe it was December 1st. So we haven't had it shown in the Valley for a couple of months. So if you missed it in December, you got to check it out tonight. You can buy tickets for this. Chris will be doing a Q&A after the movie. I saw it in December. It's absolutely amazing. It's a documentary that he'd been working on for about 7 years. And he kind of pieces together what happened after World War II, the Battle of Riva Ridge, Mount Belvedere, and what the 10th Mountain Division was doing before they got to come back home. So this is a really, really cool historical movie and so interesting. So that'll be tonight. So we're going to have Meredith talking to him. We'll also have Sarah telling us about a lot of events going on in Beaver Creek this weekend. And then tacos and cocktails at El Sabor. If you're already thinking of where to go for après ski, we'll have that for you. And then lots of headlines in today's Vail Daily, lots of Olympic info in there as well. So we'll be sharing that with you for the next hour. We're with you live 7:30 to 8:30. You can always catch us on demand. We're on Roku, we're on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and then we're also a podcast on Spotify in case you want to get that workout in and still keep up with what's going on, or maybe you're driving up from Denver. You can always catch us in so many different ways. But if you're watching us live, either on Outside TV, Channel 17, we'll be with you live every single morning. And then if you want to chat with us, chime in on either our Facebook page or our new YouTube channel. And this is Vail Valley Live. You just search for that in YouTube. Will come up. Subscribe so you don't miss a thing. It'll give you a little alert as when we're going to be going live again. So those are a few ways to chat with us today. Maybe let us know where you're watching from or what your plans are this President's Day weekend. But as Meredith said, we're almost to the weekend, so we're going to get to them in just a moment. But let's let you know what the weekend weather has in store. So we're going to see the sunshine return after, once again, 7 inches new snow over at Vail Mountain, and then 6 inches over at Beaver Creek. And that fell pretty much through most of the day yesterday. It was continuing a little bit into the evening, but a lot of that may be skied off. So I'm not sure if you're going to get the fresh corduroy because people might have been skiing through it yesterday during the day. But as we look at what's in store for Vail, a little chilly today. We're looking at temperatures just in the single digits if we can look at their temps here. Or actually, we're up to 2 digits, 10. Feels like 3. And then the high today will be 25. So it'll be warming up, but not as high as it's been the last couple of days. We're going to kind of settle into this cooler weather pattern now that the storm system has rolled through. Overnight lows will be back down to the single digits. And then for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to be looking at no precipitation in the forecast and sunny skies. I can't believe it. I swear that 2022, we've had beautiful weekends ever since we started the season. So if you want to go out to Blue Sky Basin, maybe bring the picnic goods, the grilling goods. They have the gas grills open for you. Hey, pay attention to the crawl at the bottom of the screen. That's for Vail Mountain, and it'll let you know what's been groomed in the last 24 hours. And then over at Vail, we do have quite a bit of the mountain open. Lifts open at 8:30. They're still closing at 3:30. Mid Mountain back bowls close at 3, and then Blue Sky Basin closes just a bit earlier than that. But 6 inches new in the last 24 hours over at Vail. And then at Beaver Creek, or 7 over at Vail, 6 over at Beaver Creek. Now, Beaver Creek, we don't have the grooming report for them. They don't update it in time for us to put it on this crawl for the show. So throughout the show, they usually do. And what I do is I take a look at some of the pics that I like, but it's not quite there yet. So we'll keep an eye on Beaver Creek and find out what's been groomed in the last 24 hours. In case you want to get out there, 9 a.m. is when we open things up at the Beeve. But let's check in with our remote host right now and find out what is going on, what it feels like out there. All right, Meredith, does it feel like 10? It's been balmy the last couple of mornings.
It's a little chilly. I wouldn't say it's balmy, but I'm dressed appropriately this morning.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
Got my
yes.
gloves, got my hair, my hat, and my brand new Helly Hansen jacket that my boyfriend got me for Valentine's Day.
I
I'm still
know.
blushing.
You know what? I like that. The Valentine's Day gifts here are just a little bit different than what you might find in the rest of the nation. Like, we're happy if we get boot heaters or if we get a new jacket for Valentine's Day. Like, nothing says romance like a ski jacket. I mean, come on.
Right? That's what I'm saying. And this coat's really cool because I've actually never had a shell before. So
Yeah.
it's different than your standard puffy or, your cruisin' village jacket. It's definitely meant for performance. And this pocket here is made to keep power in your phone. So it has
Oh,
extra protection. So it's called
okay.
like the life battery or something. I don't know. So it's going to keep 3 times as long if your
Really?
battery.
Okay,
And
that's
then
pretty
you
cool.
have like the gummy cuffs that you love, the big hood for your helmet, you know, good
Okay.
good for when you're skiing the mountains.
All
So
right.
yeah, I'm stoked.
You're ready to go. Okay, well, let's see how Sarah is faring over at Beaver Creek. Sarah, did you get a new jacket for Valentine's Day? How was your Valentine's Day? I haven't seen you since.
Good morning, Trisha. I had a good Valentine's Day. I did not get a new ski jacket though. I'm gonna have to bring that up with the husband. I think the Helly Hansen goods seem to be at the top of everyone's list this year.
Yeah, totally, totally. All right, hey, what's going on over at Beaver Creek right now? I could see the snow on the tables, on the trees behind you. It must look really pretty, like a fresh winter wonderland.
It does. It's a nice soft layer of snow here at Beaver Creek. Beautiful morning. The sun's just peeking over the ridge. When I was driving up Valley, the full moon was over the mountain. Absolutely gorgeous morning as the sky was brightening up. And a full slate of activities here at Beaver Creek, kicking off tonight with Thursday Night Lights, right into President's Weekend, all the Spangled festivities. And then, of course, tonight at the VPAC, the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra with Wynton Marsalis.
Yeah.
So much to do starting tonight.
You know what? It's been a busy week for the Villar. They had the Little Smokies on Tuesday. Then Jim Gaffigan did 2 shows yesterday, 5 and 8 p.m. And then, yeah, the Jazz at Lincoln Center, Wynton Marsalis tonight. And then Scotty McCreery is coming in Saturday. And then we've got on Sunday the 10 Tenors. So you could almost fill all your nights with Villar performances this week.
Exactly. I was grabbing my coffee, of course, at Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea on my way up to the base. And Chris was telling me he went to the Jim Gaffigan show last night, and it was absolutely great. So no shortage of activities in Beaver Creek and some fresh snow to kick off the weekend. Can't beat it.
I know, I know. Well, hey, I can't wait to hear more about Spangled and what's going on for the families, for the kids, because this used to be the time when my nieces and nephews were younger and they were all in school. The whole week would be out, so they would come for the entire time, and I would always be like, okay, what are we gonna do with the kids tonight and everything. So it's good to know that we've got the fun activities. So we'll check in with you more. What's gonna be happening specifically? We'll let you go and warm up, let you finish your little Vail Mountain coffee and tea. And speaking of that, we'll be back in just a moment with your coffee, your headlines, and so much more. Stay with Vail Valley Live.
Skiing is more dangerous than ever due to crowded slopes and people skiing faster than their abilities allow. Hi, this is Joseph Block, a ski injury attorney at Block & Chapleau. If another skier or snowboarder hits you from behind and it injures you, you're entitled to monetary compensation. Remember, the downhill skier has the right of way. The uphill skier has a responsibility to avoid skiers below.
If you've been injured, you need to call an attorney to protect your rights. It's important to preserve the evidence immediately. Call Block & Chapleau today at 970-926-1700. We've been doing this for over 30 years and have collected millions of dollars of compensation for injured skiers and snowboarders.
Block & Chapleau has offices in the Vail Valley, Frisco, and Denver to serve you. Your case is our priority.
If you've been injured in an automobile or ski collision, call us today at 970-926-1700 to speak to an attorney, or go to vailjustice.com.
You're probably wondering, what makes these chips taste so good? Here's a hint. It's lime. They taste like lime. Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
When you let nature just do its thing. Is it any wonder our beer tastes so pure? Michelob Ultra Pure Gold. Organic by nature.
All right, want to get to the headlines today. First of all, I want to thank Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea for fueling our adventure this morning. Sarah already stopped by their Beaver Creek location, just next to the escalators on your way to the Centennial Lift in Beaver Creek. And then their Roastery Cafe can be found on your way to Minturn, just off to the left of Highway 24. So thank you for that. All right, let's take a look at what made headlines in today's paper in the Vail Daily for Thursday, the 17th of February already. And on the cover, look at this, all the balloons and Make-A-Wish for Jose. Eagle Valley High School hosts Wish Week and raises money for Jose to go to Disney World with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You can check this out in today's paper. Also in today's paper, behavioral health gets a boost. Eagle Valley Behavioral Health receives license and designation critical for adding funding and services. This is the first step, and you can find out more about this on page A2 in today's paper. Also in today's paper, a Vail survey shows short-term rentals don't have a big impact, and not many registered units could be long-term rentals. So you can learn a little bit about this, some graphs and charts, and some details on more of what this means on page A3. And also in today's paper, Vail to implement, Legacy Days returns. All right, this is a big happening this weekend. So we've got the Legacy Parade, which happens on select Fridays throughout the season. This gives you some more details on what's going to be happening the entire weekend. The town of Vail, Vail Mountain, and the Colorado Snow Sports Museum come together for this because it's actually commemorating the 77th anniversary of the Battle of Riva Ridge. You may think, hey, that sounds familiar. Yep, Riva Ridge, longest named run on Vail Mountain, and it was named after this battle that happened on February 18th, 77 years ago today, or tomorrow. And then Vail to implement President's Day parking restrictions. Of course, it is another holiday weekend. Pass restrictions, parking restrictions, giving you some details on that on page A8. And in today's paper, check this out. We've got a little special pull-out section called Art Weekly. This is going to be coming out Thursdays in the Vail Daily. So we'll give you some details on artist receptions, which artists are in town. We got Koji Kawamoto in town. James Jensen is going to be over at C. Anthony Gallery. Sarah Winkler will be at Vail International Gallery. And the Christopher Martin Gallery, grand opening happening this weekend as well. So grab the paper just to get this great glossy section in today's Vail Daily. Hey, but you can grab your Vail Daily. It's free in newspaper dispensers from East Vail all the way down to Dotsero, or you can always pick up or just hop online and you can get your details there, especially if it's a little icy and a little cold out this morning to go out and physically get the paper. And speaking of ice, the commute into work today, a little slick. We did get that snow yesterday, 7 inches at Vail, 6 at Beaver Creek. A lot of havoc wreaked up on the Vail Pass yesterday, and some of that will continue, but with the sun shining later on today, it's going to melt a lot of that off. But keep in mind, splashback from the cars ahead of you. Make sure you have plenty of windshield washer fluid. Top off that gas while you're at it, and slow it down on your commute into work today because there is still some icy sections out there. But here's some of the views that you can see. Vail Pass, East Vail, Dow Junction, Main Vail exit. You can see that Main Vail exit, especially on the approaches, the on-ramps and off-ramps, that's where it's probably going to be the iciest out there today. And then it will improve as the sun gets a little higher in the sky. So that's a quick look at what's going on with the roads. And now let's take it outside and find out what it feels like and what the commutes were like for our host today.
Trish, it's looking like no one's really
Oh,
set up quite
looks
yet,
like no
so
one's
why
set
don't we
up.
take a break and then we'll get to Chris, Anthony, and Meredith.
Okay, all right. So Meredith is, we got Rachel behind the controls. Are you going to put your little camera on, Rachel, so we
Maybe
can see
later,
you?
yeah.
Maybe later. Okay, all right.
Not
It's
quite
early.
camera ready
Yeah,
yet.
she's got to put the makeup on. Okay, we'll get that going. We'll take a break and we'll return with more of Vail Valley Live. Stay tuned. We'll have Chris Anthony talking about his documentary, Mission Mount Mangart. That's showing tonight when we return.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
This weather and mountain report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
All right, we're going to give you a look at the weather right now. We did receive 7 inches of new snow on Vail Mountain, 6 over at Beaver Creek. It was so fun. I was out there yesterday. I wasn't skiing. I was just working, but it was great to be in under the snowflakes. It's been a while since we've seen that snow. We've had a couple of little sneaky stealth storms that dropped maybe an inch or two overnight, but this was great to see it snow pretty much all day long. So that's what we got on the mountains. 6 inches over at the Beeves, 7 over at Vail. We're going to see the sun return today, clouds moving out. If you're out already, look to the east. You'll still see that full moon from yesterday. The 16th was our date of the full moon. It'll still be very bright tonight in case you want to maybe do a snowshoe or some skinning up on Meadow Mountain, and that would be a good place to go. Temperature-wise, still pretty chilly. It's 10, but it feels like 3 over in Vail. Your high today will be 25, so a little bit cooler than the last couple of days where we almost reached the 40s. Overnight lows back down to the single digits, and then for your Saturday, we will get a little bit warmer, a high of 34 degrees, dropping back down to the single digits, and Saturday and Sunday just sunny once again. I swear we've had the most amazing weekends as far as sunshine, blue skies, just really hardly any wind, really perfect weather to get out there and enjoy the back bowls or blue sky basin. They did open up those gas grills so you can bring a picnic up there and grill some brats or go really fancy. I've seen lobster tails, I've seen salmon. People go all out up there. But that's a quick look at your weather. We are going to be opening up at 8:30 for Vail Mountain, closing at 3:30, and then Beaver Creek is 9 to 4. We have almost 100% of both mountains open, so really either place to go today is going to be great. But after you get off the slopes really cool movie tonight. It is Mission Mount Vanguard. It's a documentary created by our very own local Chris Anthony. He was an extreme athlete for many, many years. He became a filmmaker doing Climb to Glory, which you can see at the Colorado Snow Sports Museum. And now he's got his latest film. So let's find out more. We're going to check in with Meredith and Chris.
Thanks, Trish. Yes, I have Chris Anthony here with me this morning, and we're right in front of the very famous 10th Mountain statue. Perfect theme for Legacy Week and the movie screening of Chris's that's happening today at Vail Mountain. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's so exciting to have you back in town. You were just adventuring Europe, and now you're back in good old Vail. So thank you. And we have two exciting events coming up. So let's share with our viewers. First, let's start with this movie screening. I mean, come on. He's got a movie, people. And it's so important, the topic. So, what's the log line, and tell us the process of this film.
Absolutely. So I'm very excited because this will be the second screening of the film in the Valley, backed by request, and the Vail Mountain School donated the theater tonight, so that was very nice of them. I thank them. So tonight at 6:30, we'll be at the Vail Mountain School with my film Mission Mount Vanguard. It's a film about, of course, the 10th Mountain Division, but it's a little bit different angle. It follows them from 1939 to 1945, and kind of is focused around what took place on June 3rd, 1945, 77 years ago. And that was a ski race that took place on the border of Yugoslavia and Italy. So that's the catalyst to this entire film. It's a 70-minute documentary. It's won a few awards already. I just showed it in Italy last week to the Alpine Club there, per their request, and that was to a sold-out house. So it's I just would love for everybody to come tonight, 6:30. Of course, all the proceeds from that, tickets are very approachable, but they're going to go towards my youth project. So this will be a great way to start Legacy Week, which opens up all sorts of other things celebrating these guys.
Absolutely. And so what first inspired you to want to make this, and then what propelled it to actually happen?
That's easy. I was in Europe, and I go there a lot, and I was right in the northeastern corner of Italy, and this retired brigadier general of the Slovenian mountain troops found me, and he let me know that at one point the 10th Mountain Division was there, and they were protecting the border, but they were also held this ski race, and I thought that was just so interesting. So I ended up doing a little research, and I was like, this is the greatest story. But in order to tell that part of the story, I figured I needed to go all the way back to the beginning, to 1939, to kind of explain when they were visualized and when it came together, the beginning of World War II, and how this whole thing happened, and then the tie to Camp Hale, and how they were here in Colorado trained, and then ended up in Italy, fought their way through Italy all the way up to the Yugoslavian border. And so, of course, one of the other significant dates, which is tomorrow night, 77 years ago, which was the Battle of Riva Ridge. And of course, we know Riva Ridge by the run we have here on the mountain. So one of the big battles the 10th Mountain Division was involved in was the Battle of Riva Ridge. And then February 19th was the Battle of Mount Belvedere. And of course, February 19th, I will be back here at the museum, and I'm doing Through the Lens, part of the Through the Lens series, and I will be doing a talk that will be live and virtual right here at the museum about the 10th Mountain Division. So it's a busy week, that and all the parades and everything else that's going on based around these amazing ski troopers is it's going to be a great week. So
it's the perfect time for you to be in town, that is for sure. So for our viewers, the museum right around the corner is the Colorado Ski Museum. And this is a very cool museum. It's a whole store, but it's got so much history of Vail and the 10th Mountain Division. And so, you will be speaking at this event. What time is this at?
Oh, gosh. So I think those are starting at 5 at the museum. And of course, you can show up, pay at the door, or if you're a member, become a member if you aren't one, and support the museum. Of course, a great cause. Or I think you can log on virtually. They're doing all these talks virtually. So tonight, Vail Mountain School, 6:30, and come to my film, Mission Mount Vanguard. And then, of course, there's the parade tomorrow, also in town, and then on the next night, I will be at the museum doing Through the Lens series about the 10th Mountain Division.
So my final question is, why is it so important to keep the history of the 10th Mountain Division alive?
There's so many reasons. Well, first of all, they are literally, they're Pete Seibert and Earl Eaton and Bob Parker and a whole host of others, when they came back after the war, they basically created the modern ski industry that we have here in the United States. Vail is basically an offshoot of that. That was a vision of Pete Seibert and Bob Parker and several other guys. So they are part of the greatest generation. To that we can attribute literally our ski industry. So that history is important. Plus it really is the history of Vail. And then of course, just world history wise, the impact that they had on our freedom and everything that we have that we should be appreciating right now, especially right now, because these guys fought for our freedom, fought for individual freedom and, you know, the United States. And so they brought down tyranny, and they were a bunch of skiers in this case. And the 10th Mountain Division had a massive, massive impact in Italy, in the mountains. And there's a lot of their history that just is very, very important, needs to be kept alive, and our youth need to learn about it. So that's for me. Like right now, I'm actually going from here over to Vail Mountain School and teaching a class about the 10th Mountain Division during they call it intra term, and where they're doing little offshoots, and a bunch of the students have decided to join this class, which will be a 3-day study of the 10th Mountain Division. So I'm headed from here to the Vail Mountain School, and then a lot of those kids and those teachers will be there tonight, as well as I hope all of you will come tonight.
Absolutely. Well, we will be there, and I'm so proud of your success. I know it's not easy putting yourselves into a first-time position. You're a first-time filmmaker, and to see your success and see the impact you're making is so incredibly inspiring. So have a great weekend. We're so lucky to have a representative like you week, which is right now. So get out there and do your part. Learn about the 10th Mountain Division through movies, talks, ski downs. There's so many different ways. So we'll see you all weekend, and we will see you guys all weekend too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Meredith and Chris. And I can't say enough about that movie. It's amazing. I got to see it when it was at the Valar early in December. So if you have a chance to see this tonight, it's only shown on limited showings. You know, it's not just any time. You just walk in and see it. So you can get tickets at vms.booktix, and that's tix.com to get your tickets. The proceeds go to Chris Anthony's Youth Foundation. So once again, it's going back to the kids. So it's a great cause. So right now, we're going to give you a look at the movie trailer that he put together, just so you can kind of see some little snippets about what Mission Mount Vanguard is about. Here's more.
On June 3rd, 1945, high in the Julian Alps stood a lone, majestic mountain located on the border between Italy and Yugoslavia. It was here that an unusual wartime story took place. Battle-worn and fatigued, 500 soldiers pushed their way up through avalanche and rock debris up the highest road in the region until they reached a snowfield on the flank of Mount Vanguard. 76 of the 500 men tempted fate by climbing up the steep snowfield equipped with used boots and skis they had captured from German troops during previous conflict. Their goal was to have a ski race. Using small trees they had hauled up from the valley below as control gates, they set up a race course. The race began in late morning, with each man leaving the starting gate, encountering harsh terrain and difficult snow conditions to determine once and for all who was the fastest skier in the division. Of the 76 that started, 25 made it to the finish line. One would be crowned as champion. But this small moment in time is just that, a moment. But it was the catalyst to a much greater story. One made of thousands of heroes that took place when the world was at war. This is the story of the 10th Mountain Division, America's first ski troops. My division.
All right, so cool. Bruce Campbell actually does the voiceover for a lot of this movie, and then the music, Colorado Symphony Orchestra put that together. That's a whole other story to talk to Chris about. So he's going to be doing a Q&A after the movie. 6:30 is when it starts tonight. Once again, vms.booktix, and that's tix.com. Get them while they're hot, because this movie isn't around for a very long. He's touring the country showing it, so we're glad that Chris is back. He was showing it in Europe, too. He just came back from Europe. So if you could see it, definitely check it out this evening. But let's bring it over to Beaver Creek. Sarah Rarity has been standing by. Sarah, you're probably a little chilly now, but hey, I want to find out what's going on over at the Beeve this weekend, because a lot of things happening at Vail for Vail Legacy Days. But tell us what you guys have on tap.
That's right, Trisha. I'm in front of the Haymeadow Gondola, so I'm just on the back deck of the Park Hyatt, and this is where Thursday Night Lights kicks off this weekend and every weekend through the season. So make sure you bring the family, register at Children's Ski School, which is just to my left, right here on this main deck at the base of the mountain. Upload on the Haymeadow Gondola at 6:30. Such a fun way to kick off your weekend with the family, with the glow batons, the glow sticks, and of course followed by fireworks after the ski down.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's such a cool thing to do. I tell my nieces and nephews or my friends that have kids, I'm like, do you want to go night skiing? Because we don't really have night skiing here like they do over at Keystone, but this is about as close as we get. And I can imagine that Thursday Night Lights might be starting a little bit later. Our daylight hours are getting longer, and we got to make sure it's dark enough for the fireworks to go off. So yeah, just stop by the Children's Snow Sports School, and then they'll be able to tell you, exactly what time you're going to load the gondola and go down. And, you got to be comfortable on skis or snowboard in the dark. So they usually ask for your level 4 or 5?
Level 5 and above, exactly. Level 5 and above, just to make sure that everyone's comfortable on the mountain as it is getting a little darker at that point. And you bring up a great point, Trisha. As it gets lighter later, which is so nice to see as the days are getting longer, we're further away from that darkest day of the winter, it is going to get pushed back. So for the month of February, it'll be 6 o'clock registration, upload at 6:30, and then into March, it'll be 30 minutes later. So we've got all of that on the website, beavercreek.com/events for all those details. And as we mentioned, the Villar Performing Arts Center, Wynton Marsalis, Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra tonight. So much going on. And then right into the weekend, we've got Spangled activities Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and that kicks off with the Denver Dolls. They are so fun. If you haven't seen them live, really fun patriotic group that's going to be in the village from 4 to 7 on Friday.
Yeah, were the Denver Dolls, weren't they here for the tree lighting? I feel like they've been to Beaver Creek before.
They have, and they put on such a great show, just a really high energy, kick off the patriotic weekend in good style. And then right into Fun Fest on Saturday, we'll have DJ Courtney, everyone's favorite family-friendly DJ, spinning. And then one of my favorites is the Raptor Education Foundation. So they were here Birds of Prey weekend up on the mountain for the races. So they'll have everything from an osprey to a bald eagle. And this is really fun to learn about conservation, learn about these beautiful birds. And then there's a chance for photo ops and a Q&A with that group later.
And you know what? The Raptor Education Foundation, they've been here before for different events that Beaver Creek has hosted. And a lot of times they might be here during the Birds of Prey. And that's when you can really see some of those birds that we talk about, a peregrine or screech owl, that sort of thing. And then you see them close up and in person. It's amazing. They're just such beautiful, beautiful creatures.
They really are, and so much bigger than I would have expected. You see bald eagles flying over the river, and from a distance, you think you have a sense of their wingspan and their scale, but to have one up close and get a photo during one of these events, they are just majestic and gorgeous. So such a nice treat to have them here this weekend as well.
Oh, I know. And then you look at their talons, and you're like, oh yeah, watch out, little mice and little critters and small dogs. Like no one's surviving these guys when they're hungry. Like they're just going in.
Got to keep your distance. They are birds of prey for sure, and absolutely beautiful.
Okay, and then we also have the daily activities. We're gonna have the cookie time. Ice skating rink is open, so a lot of things happening up at the Beeve.
Cookie time every day at 3. And mentioning ice skating, of course, the ice skating rink is open every day. And then ice bikes, this is really fun. This started last season with the unveiling of Beaver Creek Wonder, which is the art installations you'll see throughout the village. And one of those components is the ice bike. So you can rent these ice bikes up to 4 people. It's a lot of fun. You get up some good speed on the rink. So it's basically a retrofitted beach cruiser that has a blade, so it's stable, but you can spin around the rink. Really fun to check out maybe at the end of your day on the mountain.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, Sarah, looks like a fun-filled weekend for the President's Week holiday. You're going to find it all up at Beaver Creek. Hey, should we go to the Village app for that? I know that's a good source.
That's right. Great source is the Beaver Creek Village Guide app. So go to your app store, wherever you download your apps, Beaver Creek Village Guide. That's got all the VPAC shows, all the events in the village, mountain conditions, transportation updates, or beavercreek.com/events.
Okay, all right. Sarah, a wealth of information, giving us all the lowdown on what's happening over at Beaver Creek. Hey, we're going to take it to a break. When we come back, we're going to have more. We're going to give you an Olympic update, what made headlines in the Olympics, and a lot more.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
You deserve more from your steak. You deserve the only steak that's guaranteed to be perfect every single time. At Omaha Steaks, we're delivering old school quality with a now school mentality. That means aging every steak for tenderness, carefully hand carving, and obsessing over every last detail, so you never second guess a single bite. For a limited time, get 4 free chicken breasts and 4 free pork chops with your order. Go to omahasteaks.com/TV today. You deserve this.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
All right, time to take a look at the weather and find out what you can expect for today. And what you can expect is a little bit of fresh snow. We did receive 7 inches new at Vail and 6 over at Beaver Creek in the last 24 hours. A lot of that fell throughout the day yesterday, the earlier part of the day, so you may not run into the fluffy powder. It might be groomed over. You can see the groomer at the bottom of the screen here. That is for Vail Mountain. I just checked, and Beaver Creek still has not updated their groomer for the 17th, but maybe by about 8:15 they might have that up. So I'll check back again. But we're going to see temperatures get into the mid-20s, upper 20s, depending on where you're at. The feel right now is 4 degrees, but it says 10 out there, and it's pretty similar throughout the valley. We've got the teens, low teens in Edwards and Avon, 11 degrees, and down in Eagle, 11 as well. And then for tonight, we'll drop down into the single digits once again. And then on your Friday, 34 degrees for your high, and then plenty of sunshine and clear skies overnight. The moon was full on the 16th, but we'll still see, it still looks pretty bright in the sky for the next couple of evenings. And then a slight chance of showers on your Sunday night into Washington's birthday, President's Day, on Monday, and maybe possibly into Tuesday. Open Snow is saying maybe we could get 4 inches on Tuesday Thursday at Vail and Beaver Creek. So we hope to get in another snow cycle, and that would be perfect. Now, train-wise, we are seeing lots of train open on Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain. Over at Vail, we're about 98% open for you. So really, anything you want to go to the back bowls, most of the front side, all that, just a few things that aren't open. And then over at Beaver Creek, we're seeing 98% open, 24 lifts out of 25, and they've got that brand new McCoy Park expansion. If you haven't checked that out, it is beautiful back there. And honestly, you can see very few buildings. You see Mamie's at the top of Betcher Gulch, and you see the Eaton House, which is the warming hut and the little bathrooms. That's it. You just feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. So go visit there today if you get a chance. Now we want to give you a look at our Olympic headlines for today. So a lot of Colorado athletes still over there, and we've got some ties to the competition uniforms. So in today's paper on page 826, the Olympic uniforms have Colorado ties. They are made by Spyder. Spyder did a collaboration with artist Eric Hayes out of New York City, and these are what they're wearing for the competitions, for the aerials, freestyle, alpine, free skis. So those 4 disciplines have these uniforms. And I know other brands, Volcrum has done things with snowboarding. So it's kind of neat to see what they look like. Now, these are different than the opening and closing ceremony uniforms, which were done by Ralph Lauren. And Lauren has been doing those since 2008, supplying the opening and closing ceremony uniforms. Also in today's Olympic news, Fallhaber makes half-pipe skiing finals. The 17-year-old finishes 9th in the qualifier for her Olympic debut. Kind of neat to see some of these young athletes going to the Olympics for the first time. Summit's Red Gerard, this isn't his first time, not his first rodeo, but he and Corning placed 5th and 7th, respectively, in the Big Air final down there in downtown Beijing. And then Steamboat's Fletcher takes 23rd in Large Hill. So a lot of Olympic news. Keep in mind, of course, with the time change and then press deadlines, these aren't breaking news headlines. And we do want to let you know that Michaela Schifrin, she was doing the combined, which is a speed event mixed with a technical event. She skied out of the second run, which was the technical event. That slalom, those gates, they've been giving her a little trouble. So unfortunately, we did not see a top result for Michaela there. But if you're looking, okay, hey, let's take a look. Meredith is standing by over at Gorsuch Ski Cafe. All right, what's going on? Oh, you got your coffee.
Yes, we are very grateful for a place like Gorsuch Ski Cafe on a chilly morning like this. So we have cup of coffee. I'm just chilling with my camera up here, and I'm just flipping through the paper as I do when I drink my coffee, and
yeah,
see a big spread for Chris Anthony's movie. How excited are you, Trish, for this?
Oh, I know.
I mean, you've seen the movie, but I'm really excited. Okay, I'm gonna keep this for memory's sake.
Yeah, I would see it again, but I don't want it to. I don't want to take anyone's seat. I want everyone to go see it. So I'm hoping that they can, do so. So yeah, if you don't have your tickets, you can go to vms.booktix.com to get them, and that's going on. And then what else they have going on? You mentioned the parade, which is tomorrow night, but on Sunday at 11 a.m. they're going to try to land a Black Hawk helicopter. And we have the High Altitude Training Center, which is just off to the west of us, down near the Eagle County Regional Airport. This is super cool that they do high altitude training up here. And if you've ever been around, it's kind of between Chair 2 and Chair 3 on that ridge line. They rope it all off, and it gets pretty windy when it starts to land. But have you seen this, Meredith?
I've only seen photos, but that is so cool. I mean, when do you see a helicopter land on Vail Mountain?
I know. Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And so that'll be 11 a.m. on Sunday. And the weather looks good. It's weather permitting, but with our forecast, I think there's going to be a pretty good chance that happens. And then on Saturday, they're going to have the Memorial Ski Down. You can meet at the Legacy Hut, which is between Cheers 4 and 11, Northwoods and Mountaintop Express. And then everyone's going to ski down Reba. You know, you're spaced out, of course. But that's a really cool thing to see. And then they've got the Ski Trooper Cup race, and that's going to be around Pepe's Face. So they have members of the current 10th Mountain Division that'll be out here talking to folks and doing a little competition as well. So that should be pretty
it's
cool.
so inspiring to hear of all of these events that are all surrounded around Legacy Days, which is so cool, as we were talking earlier this morning about how important it is to keep the history alive.
Yeah.
So many different ways to learn about the history. And it doesn't stop there. I mean, if you go to the paper, look how many events are happening this weekend.
I know. It's going to be hard
really
to keep
good
track.
stars.
Hard to keep track of it all, you know? And a lot of, and then we got to remind people, there's probably the pass restrictions in effect going on for certain days. So if you're all gung-ho to get out there on Saturday, I would check what pass you have. If you have unlimited, unrestricted, yep, you can go. But if you have some of those other pass options, you may not be able to ski this weekend. So
Yeah, but you can snowshoe and
Yeah.
shop and eat.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much to do here. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm going to a concert this evening at Agave, which is at the base of Beaver Creek in Avon. And they have a great Taco Tuesday. It's a great Mexican restaurant. But then at night, it can turn into a nightclub. And Opio is playing, which is a pretty famous electronic DJ, and he was based from Australia. But my friend that I grew up with, his name is Wayne Schulteis, he is opening for him.
Oh, cool.
So I'm super excited. Got all my friends, and we're all going to go support Wayne. And so the tickets are unfortunately sold out. So I can't plug and try to make you all come.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think best chance is if you don't have a ticket and you're really wanting to attend this is maybe go early, get a table, get dinner, and then you're kind of in there. So that'd be my best suggestion for that.
Camp
one.
out. Okay, perfect. Yeah, concert tips from Meredith. And you know what? Agave is such a cool venue with their different levels that they have. Richard's done a great job at that location throughout the years. So you can see a show there. It's pretty cool. All right.
I mean, Odessa, a lot of people know Odessa. Odessa started at Agave. They get some artists early on that blow up and they would probably never play again at Agave.
Yeah.
But Odessa is one of the examples for sure.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, Meredith, we'll let you enjoy your coffee, reading the newspaper, enjoying it. See, we call it work. Isn't it fun? That's what you're doing. But we're going to take a 2 break and come back with more Vail Valley Live. Stay with us.
Treat your dog to delicious, nutritious dog food. Specialty items and high-quality gear for dogs who love to get outside and play. Do-it-yourself dog washing and grooming services now available. Mountain Canine, the dog-friendliest shop in the Vail Valley.
Look your best with fashions from the outlets at Silverthorne. Mountains of brands to suit your style with savings up to 70% off every day. Don't forget to pick up a VIP savings card from the Colorado Welcome Center for even more discounts. Become an Elite Rewards member and earn amazing gifts. Outlets at Silverthorne, located 30 minutes east of Vail, exit 205 on I-70.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
All right, temperatures around the valley, we're looking at 13 down in Edwards, 11 in Eagle and Avon, and about 11 degrees over in Vail. That's why Meredith is inside right now at the Gorsuchsky Cafe enjoying a hot little beverage. But we're going to see the temperatures reach the 25-degree mark today, so mid-20s. It's still going to have a cooler feel. Kind of that real feel is 16 is what they're saying here. And we're going to have not much wind, maybe some northwest winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming west-northwest a little later on in the day. And then tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 9 degrees. And then for your Saturday, sunny with a high into the 30s. We're going to have plenty of sunshine as we roll into the weekend as well, reaching basically the 40s by Saturday and upper 30s by Sunday. Just gorgeous, clear throughout the day. Wear the dark colored lens. That's what you're going to need, and you could probably shed a layer. So maybe more layer today than what you'll need for Saturday and Sunday. And your gloves, probably like the heavier mittens today, maybe even some hand warmers if you want to stay out there, because we're opening up from 8:30 to 9:30 or 8:30 to 3:30 over on Vail Mountain if you want to go bell to bell. And speaking of Vail Mountain, below us on the screen here, that's the crawl, and that is letting you know what's been groomed on Vail Mountain in the last 24 hours. We have 97% of the terrain open. We did receive 7 inches of new snow in the last 24 hours. A lot of that did fall during the day yesterday, so you may not catch the freshies, but if you know where to find them, there might still be some stashes. And then our next chance for some snow showers isn't until early next week. We'll get through the President's Day Monday. A lot of people have that day off. And then on Tuesday into Wednesday is when we're expecting to see the next bit of snow. Now, over at Beaver Creek, we're 98% open. 24 out of 25 lifts are open for you. And just checking, they still haven't updated the groomer yet. And we just don't get that information early enough to put it on our crawl. But I'll keep on checking, and if we know before the show ends, I'll give you some groomers choice. Those are the groomers done after midnight. If you're looking for the corduroy today, we might find it for you right there. But that's a quick look at terrain and lift status. 6 inches new at the Beeve, 7 over at Vail. But let's bring it over to Beaver Creek. Sarah is standing by. She's down by the ice rink. Oh, I love that Paul Wiley statue behind you. Look at the snow that's just on that statue.
It is a beautiful morning, Trisha. Like you said, some fresh snow. I'm standing here by one of the fire pits to warm up my hands. We've got some nice fluffy snow all around. It's just a gorgeous morning here. And speaking of great weather for the weekend, the Snowshoe Race Series is coming back this Sunday. So this is the second race of the season. Such a fun way to get some great exercise. There's a 5K option and a 10K option for each race. This course is going to be down by the golf course. So each race is a little bit different terrain, different views, followed by an after party at the Blue Moose.
Oh, you know what? This is such a cool event. This has been going on for, gosh, I got to say, mid-90s is when they maybe started this. And that's when snowshoeing really exploded and like everybody had to have a pair. Now, if we don't have snowshoes of our own, do they still have some that we can just rent or use if we get there early enough?
There will be some limited snowshoes available to demo. So if you do want to try some of those out, make sure you get up here early. So registration is live now. You can go to the website, beavercreek.com/events, or register day of. And so that's going to be from 8:30 to 9:30 over on the Beaver Creek sports deck, just steps away from the covered bridge. And then you'll get your bib, get all checked in, and then the race, it looks like absolutely perfect weather on Sunday for a snowshoe.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And you know what? If you time everything right, you can still ski in the afternoon. I've done that where I, take my hiking boots and then I go into my ski boots and I get out there and then I still get a few runs in the afternoon. And I love the fact that we've got the parties back again. Afterwards, the party at the Blue Moose. Last year during COVID, we couldn't really do things like we normally did. Are they still doing like giveaways and raffles at the parties?
Yes, so they'll have giveaways, they will have prizes. So the top finishers for male and female in each age group will receive prizes as well. So that all happens in the after party. And you bring up a good point, Trisha. You can still get your turns in that afternoon.
Yeah.
So go do a quick 5K, maybe a 10K, bring the friends, bring the family, and then after grabbing a bite at Blue Moose, the after party, get some nice soft turns in. The sun will be out and should be a lovely afternoon. And you've already gotten your workout in.
Yeah, definitely. You could ski all the way to 4 o'clock because that's the hours there. Hey, have you been doing any of the runs over at the Talents Challenge?
I have not done any runs at the Talents Challenge. That is a little above my ability. I'm not a big mogul girl, but I know some folks. I know Meredith's been training. I know a lot of people are getting their legs ready, and that's next weekend. It's already here. So this is really fun. Typically, that's just a one-day event. It's going to be spread over 2 days. So you can pick either Saturday or Sunday, 26th or 27th. So it'll be great. We'll have the sponsors up there at Talon's Restaurant. So lots of fun vendor demos, things like that. And then so many runs, over 26,000 vertical feet in a day. My quads are burning just thinking about it. So make sure you register. And of course, this benefits SOS Outreach, a great nonprofit here in the Valley that does a lot of great programs for youth, getting them out on the mountain, involved in different activities. So they'll be on site as well. And registration, like I said, is open. And then the Ultimate Talons is back. So these are some really cool options. Helly Hansen is obviously the partner this year. So that's where you're going to do registration and check in the day of Talons Challenge, and some really nice branded backpacks. So if you do choose the Ultimate Talons option, you get a Helly Hansen backpack in the color of your choice. And that includes a donation to SOS Outreach as well.
Oh yeah, you know what? Great cause, and it's a great tradition. I bet you there's some overachievers that are going to do both. I bet they'll do it Saturday and Sunday. Do you think so?
We always have a few people that really like to showboat. So in case that's not enough, to do over 26,000 vertical feet, we've had people in the past several years that do it twice. So it's not enough to just finish the Talons Challenge. They say, oh, I actually did it twice. And then they get to enjoy their lunch and a beer.
Sometimes they'll do it on their alpine skis, and then if they're, if they also snowboard, then they do that. They switch disciplines, and then they pop over to the snowboard. We'll have to we'll find the stories. We'll see what people are doing, what kind of crazy antics will be happening on that day. So that's, of course, the weekend after President's Weekend. All right, Sarah, thanks for all your tips today. Okay, so we'll take it to a break. Break, and we'll be back.
Love is the theme all month at Nap Harvest, and they invite you to experience their love of food, flowers, and bees. Pick up a delicious dinner and dessert for your Valentine. Grab jewelry for a friend and bath salts for yourself, and show your love for the planet with Fill and Refill. Nap Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week.
You are an electric vehicle. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car, where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. This is the new Nissan.
Xterra, apparel for your active lifestyle. Visit xterraplanet.com today. Enter the promo code CHECK20 at checkout for an extra 20% off regularly priced merchandise.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
Well, 7 inches new at Vail and 6 over at Beaver Creek mean more people are going to be in the lift lines this morning. In fact, some workplaces around the Vail Valley have this rule. It's like a 6-inch rule, or they determine a certain amount of snow that may fall. And if it does, they allow their employees to take a couple hours in the morning and go out there. So 6 inches once again at Beaver Creek, 7 at Vail. So see if your workplace qualifies. Let's take it out to Vail and see what the lift lines look over at Gondola 1. And I knew it. Rachel's like, I think we're going to go catch some powder. I'm like, guess who else is catching powder before you are? Okay, look at all those.
Saturday? No, what does? Trish?
Yeah, that looks like a Saturday.
It looks like a Saturday, exactly. But it's a powder day, as you said, 7 fresh into the snow. And you know what? I ran into my friend, so I'm going to pull him onto the camera. This is Ryan, and he is a shredder. He's going to hit the mountain, and he just bought a burrito at Los Amigos, which is a pretty cool stand. We'll kind of pan over and show they have kind of a to-go little bar.
Oh, that is so convenient.
Burrito, which I know. Seeing a ton of people snacking in line because the lifts don't open until 8:30. So, I mean, we're super lucky we're even getting some of his attention right now. So,
I know, yeah.
You're going to go up. What are you skiing today?
We'll probably end up at top of the mountain and then WFO, maybe go out to China Bowl. I got some friends going to East Vail. I don't have my gear, so I probably won't do that trek with them today, but maybe another day because we did just get fresh snow.
Exactly. And you can tell Ripper because give us a turn, give us a turn.
I know. I was going to say, I want to see the patches. Oh, the Ravinos. Hey, what does it take to become a Ravino?
Be friendly. Love to shred the mountain with all of those with you. And I think the initiation is a backflip, like a 30-foot cliff. So.
Yeah, I knew the initiation was pretty tough.
St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of a cool club. You know, not everyone can be a part of it, but as you said, it takes to be a good man. He's wearing like Live Like Logan, a good friend to us, but you are steezy this morning. What's your best advice for someone getting after that in your eyes to go, you know?
Soak it all in because there's a lot. It's not just one style. It's not just one way. You can see so many different facets of the valley, of the community, of the love for this lifestyle. If you just go out and engage with it and play with it, I think that's what we're supposed to do. At least I don't know.
Perfect. Oh. Okay. Look at he's going. It's hard to catch an interview on days like today. Hey, let's bring it over to Sarah. You know, the lifts over at Beaver Creek don't open for another half hour. Sarah, what are the lift lines looking like out there? I know we've got a little time, but you've seen some people in line already?
People are in line at Chair 6 for Centennial. They want to get some of that fresh powder up on the mountain today. People are starting to show up for ski school and just get ready for the day. The sun is coming out. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous once it warms up a little bit. So make sure you get up here early, grab a coffee, grab a burrito, and enjoy those fresh powder turns.
Okay. All right. Well, good advice, Sarah. Thanks so much. Thanks for all your information about what's happening over at Beaver Creek this weekend. Lots of things going on. Of course, Thursday Night Lights. Tonight, we have that happening up at Beaver Creek, the Haymeadow Express, and then also Chris Anthony's movie, Mission Mountain Vanguard. Two great options to do this evening. We're going to say goodbye. Bye, Sarah. Thank you. All right, thank you for watching today. Oh, and did Dan Elliott chime in? He was saying, I wanted to answer, let's see, Dan. Yeah, Dan, good morning. I thought for sure everyone would go out skiing today. Dan, somebody's got to hold down the fort, and it was us today. And then Ride Divide. Big weekend of events in Vail and Beaver Creek. Thanks for highlighting everything. I now have my weekend planned. Thank you, Ride Divide. We appreciate your viewership. So you can always chat with us live during the morning show between 7:30 and about 8:30. We're at 8:33 right now. We'd love to hear from you on either our Facebook platform or, of course, our new YouTube channel, Vail Valley Live. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.